Okay, first of all, good morning to all of you. By the grace of great Vaheguru and great God and great Sakshat Ramdas ji, we will start the today's session. Our today's session is the gas laser. That is a helium neon laser. It is very, very important. And yesterday we have also performed the experiment with the helium neon laser. We have performed the experiment with the helium neon laser. We have performed the experiment. Yesterday we have done the diffraction grating experiment with this helium neon laser. Okay. Now what is helium neon laser? It's a gas laser. It's a gas laser. Get your point? It's a gas laser. Okay, it's a gas laser, and see, with this helium and neon are both are used. Helium and neon are both are used in the ratio of 10:1. The ratio of 10:1. Okay. Second is the pumping mechanism. Pumping means, what do you mean by pumping? Chiteka. What do you mean by pumping? Pumping means to provide energy to the atoms in the ground state so that they can excite from ground state to the excited state. They can excite from lower state to the higher energy state. See, this is a gas laser. This is the gas laser. In this, optical pumping cannot be used. Optical pumping is used only in the solids. Why? Because solids have energy band. Solids have the energy band. And in case of this, electric discharge pumping is used. Pumping is electric discharge pumping. Are you getting the point? The pumping is electric discharge pumping. This is also very important. What you write in the box. Okay, electric discharge pumping is used. See, the whole setup is basically consists of a tube of diameter 1 centimeter and the length is 80 centimeter. Okay, and see, this is we have given a potential difference by this connecting this end to a positive and this end to the negative terminal. Okay, so this is used for the electric. This is used for the electric pumping. Okay, I mean to say electric field is used. Electric field is used as a pumping. So the very important is electric discharge. Gas laser. It's a gas laser, and the pumping scheme is the electric discharge pumping. Okay. See what happens when we apply the electric discharge pumping. What will happen? The electrons get accelerated. Along the length of tube. Okay. It means when electrons get accelerated, they get kinetic energy. They will get kinetic energy. Helium is small in size as compared to the neon atoms. Helium क्या है? छोटा है. Helium is small in size as compared to neon atoms. What will happen? This is very, very important. This is number 1. This is number 2. Number 1 is when these accelerated electrons will collide with helium in the ground state. Helium in the ground state. What will happen? They will transfer their energy. They will transfer their energy to the helium atoms, and as a result, helium excites from ground state to the excited state. So that is why this is called a helium star. Helium star means excited state of helium, and without star is ground state of helium. Okay, so I will write here excited state of helium. Okay, this is the excited state of helium. This box is very, very important. This box. Now what will happen? See, this is the ground state of, this is the energy level diagram. Okay. This is the energy level diagram of the helium, and this is the energy level diagram of the neon atoms. Now what will happen? Now the helium get excited from E1 prime to E2 prime and E3 prime. Okay. E2 prime and E3 prime are at the higher energy levels as compared to the E1 prime. Okay. And down. Now the second process in this tube, neon atoms are also there. Because it's a gas mixture. It's a gas mixture in which helium and neon both are used in the ratio of 10:1. In the ratio of 10:1. 10:1 means if 10 atoms of helium are there, then 1 atom of neon would be there. I mean to say 10 atoms of helium is equal to the 1 atom of neon. Okay. Now what will happen? The second process is very important. This one, this excited state of helium, this helium star plus neon. This means this is the excited state of helium. This is the ground state of neon. This is the ground state of helium. This is the ground state of helium. This is a star, this is a neon, this is the excited state of neon. Now what will happen? This excited state of helium, it will get collided with the neon atoms. What will happen? Helium will transfer its energy to the neon atom. And as a result, neon will get excited. Okay. See, helium star will get collided with neon atoms. These sequences are very important. And as a result, helium comes to the ground state and neon promote to the excited states. And see, these E4 and E6 are the excited states of neon atoms. UL means upper laser level. UL means upper laser level. Upper laser level. And LM means lower laser level. Okay. So these are the E4 and E6. The level E4 and E6 are equivalent to the E2 prime and E3 prime of the helium. Once again, these excited states of E2 prime and E3 prime of helium get coincide with the E4 and E6 of the neon atoms. And these are called the excited states of neon. These are called the excited states of neon. Okay. Now what will happen? And this process is called energy transfer by collision. Energy transfer by collision, and this process is called a resonant energy transfer. This process is called a resonant energy transfer. This process is called a resonant energy transfer. Resonant energy transfer is the process by which helium atom transfers its energy to the neon atoms. And as a result, neon atoms will reaches to the excited states E4 and E6. Okay. Are you getting the point? The next point is now see, this is also very important. Now the population reversion. Now the population reversion is achieved between E4 and E6 and E5 and E3. I mean to say E4 and E6 contains more number of atoms, more number of electrons, but E5 and E3 contains less number of electrons. Or you can say they are vacant. They are vacant states. We can say they are vacant states. I mean to say the number of atoms in the E4 and the number of atoms in E6 are higher than the number of atoms in E5 and E3. So that is why it is called LL, lower laser level. This is upper laser level, lower laser level, upper laser level. Okay. And the transition is possible only between the UL and LL level. Other transition will not be possible. Okay. See, the very first transition will be there, E6 to E5. This UL to this LL level. And this will emit a wavelength of 3.39 micrometer. The second transition is E6 to E3 because it is UL level, it is the LL level. And this transition is change. This transition is corresponding to the wavelength of 6328 angstrom. Yesterday we have performed the experiment with the laser. And what is the wavelength of the neon laser? 6328 angstrom. 6328 angstrom. This is the wavelength. Okay, I will write here. Okay, I will write here. 8 point. Lambda is equal to 6328 angstrom. And 1 angstrom is equal to 10 is equal power minus 10 meters. 1 angstrom is equal to 10 raised to power minus 10 meters. Okay. Now the first process is pumping. First process is pumping. Second process is population inversion. The third process is stimulated emission. The fourth process is laser. This is the basic mechanism. This is the basic mechanism that is working behind any kind of laser. Any kind of laser. Okay. That is the point. Now see, once the population inversion get achieved, we get a transition. See, first transition is E6 to E5. The second transition is E4 to E3, and the third transition is E6 to E3. And this is the basic wavelength of the helium neon laser. The very interesting story is that we are getting the output light in the form of the continuous wave, in the form of a continuous wave. But in case of UV laser, we are getting a pulse laser. We are getting a pulse laser. That is not in the form of continuous. भाई समझ आ रहा है आपको? वहाँ पे क्या आता है? पहले वो फ्लैश हुई, फिर रुक गई, फिर फ्लैश हुई, पल्स की फॉर्म में आती है, जैसे पल्स आती है. आई ऑफ ऑन in the case of UV laser. But in the case of helium neon laser, we are getting a continuous. We are getting a continuous beam, continuous beams. Okay. Seventh point is color is red. Color is red. And the last but not least point is lambda is 6328 angstrom. Okay. Now I will come to this energy level diagram. See, when these transitions are going to happen, what will happen? Now the atoms will come to the different states. Okay. When the atoms will come to this state, what will happen? They will again de-excite. They will again de-excite by the process of spontaneous emission. Now these atoms will come to this state E2, and when atoms reach to E2, then the process de-excitation by collision. What will happen? We deliberately take the diameter of the tube is very small, so that when the atoms will reach to the E2 level, they will collide with this tube, walls of the tube. Okay, and when they collide with the walls of the tube, what will happen? They will release energy. They will release energy because collision means loss of energy. Collision, whenever there is a collision between two objects, there is always a loss of energy. Okay. When the atoms will reach to E2 level, they will collide with the walls of the tube, and as a result, they will lose its energy because this level is higher than this level. This is the ground level. This is the ground level. Above ground level, all are the excited levels. All are the energy levels. So when the atoms of the E2 states will get collide with the walls of the tube, what will happen? They will release energy and they will automatically reach to the ground state. Okay, this is how the circle, this is how the loop complete. This is how the loop complete and continues. Okay, this is how the atom, first of all, the helium atom will excite. They will transfer its energy to the neon atoms. So as a result, neon atoms will excite and automatically transitions will be possible. Okay, so by this the loop will complete and continue. This is how the helium neon laser basically works. The very important story is that is I am again want to tell you. The very first mechanism is a pumping mechanism. The second and what is the function of pumping? What is the function of pumping? Pumping means to achieve population inversion. To achieve population inversion. First is pumping. Second is population inversion. Third is stimulated emission. Fourth is the laser emission. Okay. Now see again. Yesterday I told you we are getting a laser beam across the partially reflecting mirror. Okay. These are the two mirrors. This is totally reflecting mirror. I mean to say its reflectivity is 100%. What about the light? Whenever the light will strike at this end, what will happen? The total 100% light will be reflected back in this direction. So this is how the light will oscillate. Between the two mirrors, and we are getting a laser beam across the partially reflecting mirror. One important point is, see, glass window and these are called glass windows. These are called the glass windows. Okay, in the polarization chapter, we have discussed the Brewster angle. We get this glass rods at the angle of Brewster angle. Why? So that whenever the light will pass through this plane or this plane, we will get a plane polarized light. We will get a plane polarized light. Plane polarized light. Plane polarized light. Okay. We are getting a, whenever the light will pass through this glass rod, we get a plane polarized light. Plane polarized light means the oscillations. What is polarization? Polarization means vibrations of the light contains only in a one plane, only in the one plane. The rest of the vibrations will cut off. Will be cut off. Okay. So this is how the laser. This is how the neo laser works. Any doubt from your side? First point is, again I am repeating, the first point is it's a gas laser and the ratio is 10:1. The second point is pumping. Here pumping is electric discharge pumping. Third point is resonant energy transfer. Okay, the fourth point is population inversion. Fifth point is transitions. Okay. And the sixth point is output light is in the form of the continuous wave. Seventh point is color is red. Eighth point is lambda is 6328 angstrom. 6328 angstrom. So this is very important as far as the exams are concerned. This diagram, these two equations. Okay, these two equations, and the most important is the energy level diagram. These are the two important points, two key points, which are basically totally explain how the neo laser works. So actually we have discussed the neo laser in just only the one page. I'm trying to solve and try to basically explain in only the one word so that you can easily explain. You can easily understand. समझ आया था आपको? ठीक है, बहुत आसान है. रूबी लेजर से भी ज़्यादा आसान है. It's very easy as compared to Ruby laser. Ruby laser is also easy. Okay, but it is I think mostly asked by the examiner in the question paper. Okay. Tafasbah, in doubt. And down. Okay. Now we will discuss the applications of laser. We will discuss the applications of laser. What are the applications of laser? Where the laser get used? If you want to do eye surgery or cataract surgery, laser is used. For cutting process, laser is used. For drilling process, laser is used. In heat treatment, laser is used. Okay. In the various major surgeries in the heart and all other surgeries, laser get used. Okay. So basically it has a broad applications. It has a broad applications. So sometimes in 2 or 3 marks, applications of laser can be asked. This is important. Okay. Where the laser light get used. As a different welding, in the welding process, laser get used. Okay. The most important applications are the medical, the use of laser in the medical field. Okay. Because it has made a revolution in the field of medicine. Okay, especially in the eye surgery. You can make I think you can do your eye surgery or a cataract surgery within 10 minutes with the help of a laser, and with a very precise manner, without any great incision. Just a small cut, just a small great incision is made on the eye, and that cataract surgery is performed by the doctor with the help of laser. And after 10 minutes, you can drive your own vehicle, four-wheeler vehicle. Okay, so it has a very wide applications in different fields, and especially in the field of the medicines. So I think this is also the end of your unit and your chapter also. And tomorrow we will start the unit 3. Okay, this is the end of the unit 2. Actually, it was a very long unit 2. So if you have any kind of doubt, then you can ask in this part. Ruby laser is important, neo laser is important, applications are important, properties are important, properties of lasers is important, pumping is important, okay, propulsion version is important, stimulator version is important, okay, these are the important things, okay. Peter, doubt, any doubt? Sean? Watchman? Okay, so should we wrap the session? Watchman? Okay, you can make it. Okay, thank you so much. So tomorrow we will do some new topic, okay, the new chapter. Thank you so much.